Hello students, welcome back to another video of history, chapter 3 in the earliest cities. Now students, we will study about a closer look of Harappan towns in Gujarat. Now students, the city of Dholavira was located on Kadirbet in the run of Kutch, where there was fresh water and fertile soil. Unlike some of the other Harappan cities, which were divided into two parts. Dholavira was divided into three parts, and each part was surrounded with massive stone walls. Massive stone walls means the big walls. And each part of the wall was so much strong. It was having an entrance through the gateways. There was also the large open areas in the settlements where public ceremonies could be held. Means public, the common people, they can arrange their programs over there. It was for all the common people. Other finds include large letters of the Harappan scripts there that were carved out of the white stone and perhaps inlaid in wood. Means this type of the white stones, on that also carvings were done. And this is a unique find, as generally Harappan writings were there found on that, and some of the objects were also found such as seals, and they are made up of stones or some other metals also. Then this type of seals are used to seal the things. Students, the city of Lothal also was there in the Harappa, and the city of Lothal stood beside a tributary of the Sabarmati in the Gujarat, and it was close to the Gulf of Khambat. It was situated near areas where raw materials such as semi-precious stones were easily available. This was an important center for making objects out of stones, steel, and metal. There was a storehouse in the city. Many seals and sealings, means this type of impressions of the steels, were found in this storehouse. And this type of seals and sealings, they are used to stamp the bags or packets containing goods that were sent from one place to another place. After a bag was closed or tied, a layer of wet clay was applied to on the knot, and the seal was pressed on it. The impression of the seal is known as sealing. Means you can see here that this type of seals were used. They are of the wet clay, and as this type of wet clay was applied on the bags, means that bag was completely closed, sealed. It was sealed. And if the sealing was intact, or one could be sure that the goods had arrived safely, means if the seals is packed completely, so they came to know that the things or the goods has reached properly to their places, arrived safely without any harm. Now students, this type of seals are very rarely found now, and this type of seals were found by the archaeologists in some of the places of Harappa. Now we will study about the mystery of the end. Now it is very interesting thing that nobody knows what was the actual reason of the end of this Harappan civilization. Nobody knows about this mystery. It is a mystery only. Around 3900 years ago, we find the beginning of a major change. People stopped living in many of the cities. Writing, seals, and weights were no longer used. Means now everything was vanishing. Raw materials brought from long distance become rare. In Mohenjo-daro, we find that garbage built up on the streets. The drainage system broke down and new, less impressive houses were built, even over the streets. Means now everything was just vanished over there from that places. Why did all these things has happened? For that nobody is sure about it. But some scholars they had suggested that maybe that time the rivers were dried up. Some of the people have suggested that there was deforestation. This could have happened because fuel was required for baking the bricks and for smelting copper ores. Besides this, that grazing by large herds of cattle, sheep, and goats may have destroyed the greenery of that areas. In some areas, there were floods, but no one of these reasons can explain the end of all the cities. Means nobody is sure about it. Flooding or a river drying up would have had an effect in only some areas. It appears that if the rulers lost their control, in any case, the effects of the change are quite clear. The sites in the Sindh and the West Punjab, the present day Pakistan, were abandoned, while many people moved into newer or some of the smaller settlements to the east of the south. And in this way, these civilizations were vanished and it becomes the mystery and it was the end of that earliest civilization. I hope students you had understood about it. Now in the upcoming chapters we will study more about the new cities that were emerged about 1400 years ago. I hope you had understood all these things about this chapter. Have a good day, good time. Thank you.